Man in the High Castle is the greatest what if, a small change in history and the repercussions of that. The world that Philip K. Dick wrote about is so vast.
To pontificate on what would have happened had the Allies not won the war, I think is an incredibly broad scope.
This is an alternate history piece. America today is no longer. The Axis have won the war, the Allies have lost. Nazi Germany has taken over New York City. And Imperial Japan has taken over the West Coast, San Francisco.
I read The Man in the High Castle in college, and it was one of those books that made a huge impression on me, and that has stuck with me ever since.
You gotta take your hats off to this guy. He was unbelievably genius and ahead of his time.
The reason this novel that it was based on is so brilliant is it's an anti-fascist novel, but it presents an America that has accepted Nazism. And that's why it's chilling, because the book and this TV series shows to a certain extent how people just get on with it.
Hey, Harry. See Kyle.
I can't imagine doing a show more ambitious or on a bigger scale than The Man in the High Castle.
Well, we're creating a world on the show in the past that never existed.
Do you know the last time he wasn't on TV? VA Day, 1952.
This is not like anything I've seen before. This is a stretch of the imagination that is challenging and yet utterly familiar.
Is your game something you trained for in Hitler Youth?
Yes, it certainly is, Phil.
Taking the American flag, for example, and corrupting it with a swastika, that's an act of doing violence to the American dream visually.
We have these reels, these magical films.
We don't know what these films mean, but they provide hope to a world that is without hope.
It shows us winning the war.
Well, we didn't win the war.
That's what they told us.
The scope is massive. I mean, any Philip K. Dick novel is massive.
The helicopter can pick Wegener up on the road here, looking at the mountains, come right around the castle.
We're in Berlin, in the Victory Column.
It's like shutting down Central Park.
And action!
Seeing Nazis around the Victory Column is chilling, really.
The scope is grand and the sets are absolutely mind-blowing and down to every detail.
There's this idea when you start who the good people are and who the bad people are, and hopefully by the end, everyone is sort of awash in interesting shades of gray. It's a bold concept.
I am so excited that Amazon have had the courage to make this show.
The Man in the High Castle would not have been made were it not for Amazon.
We just want to do something that we think is great.
I am free!